Hey everybody, Jim Lutz here. Excuse the lighting. I want to talk to you about a topic around one word, and that is apprehension. So apprehension is an interesting word because if you look at Facebook and you look at social media, you see people doing a deep dive all of the time. And be honest, that's required sometimes. We need to really vet out our insecurities. We need to look at our past programming. We need to look at our fear of success, our fear of failure, our need for approval, our fear of criticism. And those are all valid inhibitors toward progressing toward success in all areas, your relationships, your emotions, your health, and your finances. But the word apprehension doesn't always need a deep dive. The word apprehension can also have a close cousin called hesitancy. And oftentimes that is nothing more than habitual. It doesn't always require a deep dive. We have an apprehension of doing something because we are lethargically engaged in what we're doing. And the internal momentum, the internal inertia, if you will, that it takes to get up and get going is sometimes mitigated by the fact that we have other activities in front of us. We have social media, we have the television set, we have our music, we have a lot of different things that really retain our current stature or status at that moment in time. And our apprehension of doing something is not always fear-based. It's an apprehension based on too much effort to do it versus a comfort zone of just staying where you're at. So if you look at how to get rid of apprehension, you've got to simply do that by installing some new habits. The habit of getting up and getting going, the habit of getting off the couch, the habit of doing more and achieving those baby steps, those rungs up the ladder, if you will. We don't go. I know we're in an instant gratification society. We have a microwave mentality. These days, especially with what you see out there, we want to go from the bottom rung of the ladder to the top rung of the ladder. Well, simply put, your legs don't stretch that far. You've got to stretch your legs to where they can maybe skip a rung or two. But in the beginning, you start going up the rung of the ladder. And then once you have that internal understanding, your apprehension isn't as strong because you have an internal belief that you're going to be able to take that first step, that first rung of the ladder versus, oh my God, look at these people. They're all the way at the top of the ladder. How do I get from here to there? You get from here to there by starting the journey, which removes that apprehension out of the way. Your mind will wrap around, this is possible. This is possible. I can go up one rung of the ladder or two rungs of the ladder. But that seems so far up there, I'm apprehensive to even get started. See what a perilous mindset that is? I'm apprehensive to even get started. Think about that. I'm apprehensive to even get started. And again, yes, of course, we can deep dive into fear of success, fear of failure, fear of criticism, need for approval. But sometimes it's just simply the amount of effort to get started is overcome by the pleasure of not getting started, which is zoning out to the TV or social media or whatever that is, right? So effort becomes that fleeting ally that is hard for some people to grasp. They're not used to putting forth effort. They're used to, in many cases, doing as little as possible. I'm going to give you an example. If any of you have ever been to any of my live events, you see I call 4 people up on the stage. And I say to these 4 people, I say, listen, what I'd like you to do is at least 5 push-ups. And they're all healthy people. And so I say, look, I would like you to do at least 5 push-ups. Okay, the vast majority of the people do 5 push-ups. Almost all of them. You see, but that's not what I asked them to do. I didn't ask them to do 5 push-ups. I said, do at least 5 push-ups. But their mind compartmentalized that into an habitual little as possible, just enough to get the job done. Now, sometimes, rarely, an individual will be doing push-up number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I'll stop him and I'll say, what are you doing? He said, you said do at least 5 push-ups. So how's your programming? What are you looking at? Do you do just enough to satisfy yourself, or do you do a little bit more? Do you hear your own internal instructions to where it's 5 push-ups and not even consider 6? not even considering apprehension to move forward beyond the limit that was set internally or by other people? Or do you push for that next rung of the ladder? That I can go up one rung of the ladder, I can go up another rung of the ladder, keeping your eye on the why and the destination of why you went on that trajectory or that journey in the first place. You know that your mind is an ally. You know that your mind can be an adversary. Apprehension has stolen dreams. It is the thief of dreams. And again, it can sometimes just be as simple as the habit of not doing. Doesn't always need to be a deep dive. Could be a deep dive. But sometimes it's just the habit of not doing versus the habit of doing. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you the next time, and bye from now from San Diego.